Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm so happy we're here. Let's see. We're good. How was your weekend? How is Mars going direct for you? I just have a feeling it was intense for me. It was really intense for me. The energy of yesterday was potent and powerful and like I feel for a lot of us, the universe, God, spirit is so in the room, is just so talking and so there with us and so clear. Hello, hello, Malaysia. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you made it. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome. It's been powerful. The astrology matches that, and I love how the moon is in Capricorn right now, so, like, welcome to how my intuition feels at all times. It's, yeah, when the moon is conjunct your natal moon. Hello, you as well, Nigel. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Hello, hello, Ontario, Canada. Oh my goodness, I'm so grateful for everyone connecting. I'm in Massachusetts. Please let me know where you are on the planet. YT Social, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. 12 a.m. Nice. Rachel, it's so good to see you. Thanks, girl. Thank you. Thank you. I had a few videos to record today, and I just needed to show up. And it's like I got my black pants on, my white top, I'm matching with Sybil. Jane from China, hello, it's so nice to see you. It is so, so nice to see everyone. I'm just so grateful that you're here. It's a powerful time in this world, and I just love that we connect across time and space together. It's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. I look forward to Mondays. I was bummed last Monday where this speaks to a lot of what we're going through right now, but last Monday there were some windstorms going on and I wasn't able to do the live. I tried, but I even had recorded for about 15 minutes and it would have been hysterical because Sybil knocked down my ring light and everything, but it didn't even record. So I had posted a video about what was going on. Yeah, Nigel, it was like I was having so many frustrating moments. And it was funny because like I was getting butterflies before the channel, which normally doesn't happen anymore. It was when I first started where I would get a little bit of like it's a different feeling to hold space and to create a community from across the planet. It's a different energy. But last week I was like, why am I feeling this way? And it was because the video didn't record. So like I recorded for 15 minutes and was going to post that. But so I posted it instead, but that's actually something that kinda encompasses how I'm feeling today, talking about clarity, where Mars, our assertive planet, our aggressive planet, but also how we get things done in the world doesn't have to be a negative, it's just our more action-oriented planet went direct in the sign of Cancer. So we have every single planet going direct right now. The north node and the south node, they always move backwards, so that's normal. But from today until the 1st of March, we have the planets going direct. And you know me, normally I'm like, all systems go, get it done, shoot your shot, do your thing. But think of what happened with the live. I was being asked to be present and slow down and surrender and accept things the way that they are. What's my favorite album at the moment or your all-time favorite? My favorite album? One of my all-time favorites is Joni Mitchell Blue, definitely, absolutely. Like, when I'm feeling like something good is happening, Joni Mitchell. Zeppelin 3, one of my all-time favorites without question. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of Italian opera. So, let me see if I can pull this up for you. Yeah, great Italian operas. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Lots of Puccini. Yeah, tons of Puccini right now. So I would say those would be my tops right now. And some solfeggio frequencies as well. And yesterday was a very, very quiet day, so I was literally listening to, like, ohms on repeat. Like, when you do, like, a rolling ohm, like you're in a whole group of people and you ohm and you don't start and you stop, you just keep going. It was just, like, 10 straight minutes of rolling ohms, and it was really wonderful. So, so wonderful. Nice, nice. I will look into that, Nigel. Thank you for that share. Thank you for that share. And everyone else, please comment below your favorite album at the moment, what you're listening to, what music really jazzes you up. Because really, depending on our mood and our vibration, the music can literally shift everything. So, clarity, something beautiful is coming for each and every one of us. And I feel as though, like last Monday and like the weekends that I had really focused on for me was slowing down to find the clarity that I needed. I got into nature on Saturday, or it was Friday or Saturday, I can't remember. I'm going in nature today. It's snowy, it's icy, it's freezing cold outside. So we can get, especially this last little bit of wintertime season, we can get so like, oh no, no, it's okay. I don't have to go outside. Going into nature cleanses and clears us in a way that music does, that everything does. We must continue to do our personal, physical, spiritual hygiene. Jane, incredible, incredible album. Amy Winehouse Rehab, incredible album. Great, great choice on that. Great, great choice. So I feel as though Mars, we can break it down a little bit astrologically, but let me know if this is resonating. Mars, getting things done planet, in our house of home safety, in the sign of the crab, the homebody, the come from my belief systems, come from my home, come from my feelings, and I will just like cut your fingernails off. It's very potent energy, but you might have felt over the weekend an intensity. Aquarius rising, the new relocation stars, Capricorn rising. I can't speak fully to that, YT. I wouldn't. If you want, please send me an email. We can do a free consultation and I can go over it. But without enough information, I wouldn't be able to speak. I would need to be a little bit more informed into the chart itself to be able to speak and to read for that. But please send me a line. We can set up a free consultation and I'm happy to look over the charts for you. But what is really coming up right now that doesn't fully look like what you thought it was going to look like? Are we experiencing radical personal responsibility, radical acceptance of where we are? What are we running from sometimes? Like when we don't do our, spiritual hygiene, and this isn't, you're so welcome. And this isn't about like, how do I say? Sometimes when we can't go for our runs every day, we don't go for our runs every day. Sometimes we need to hermit. Sometimes we need to be able to pull back a little bit. But when we go into the woods, when we do our meditations, when we do our in like the chop would carry water, we get clearer downloads, we get clearer ideas. Good morning. Good morning, Angela. We get clearer ideas. So I find sometimes, and this is very Dr. Joe Dispenza language, and I recorded 2 videos this morning that I'm going to post this week. One of them is on spiritual hygiene, so I'm really excited about that because when we want to hop paradigms, we can't take a lot of our luggage and baggage with us. We got to kind of focus on it here and now. The image that's popping into my mind is when I was moving home from Australia. It was story, 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 but my bags were too heavy. And I'm literally the US citizen that's sprawled out on the floor of the Melbourne airport, having to throw things away. I'm like, you don't need this book. You don't need this. You don't need this clothing. Just reminds you of him. And it's like, we don't need to take our story. We don't need to take our baggage with us when we go to our next paradigm, when we go to our next world. A lot of people, myself included, are in between homes. I've left the timeline that wasn't for me and I'm molding and becoming the version of myself, the container that can hold the next paradigm that I'm walking into. So certain things I just don't need. Certain things I just don't need. Literally, I had a different top on today and and it's really, "Good morning, good morning." It's really I put it on, and it's one of my favorite tops. I'm like, "This doesn't resonate anymore." You gotta throw it away. Sometimes it'll just become a nightie. A lot of the time, that's kinda like the way things go. Shirt becomes a nightie, and then the nighties get thrown away. But when and this is something very specifically that Bob Proctor spoke of, like, very, very specifically when it comes to, you know, throw the things away, throw the clothes away, donate the clothes, get rid of them, make space for the new to come in. Because if you're filling everything up in your life with those 8 out of 10s, if your luggage is chock full of things that you don't need, if your mental space is covered in things that don't serve you, it's a Dr. Joe quote, which is you get addicted to a life you don't even want. You literally get addicted and you don't realize it. You don't realize it. Sometimes you just need that snap out of it moment. What else we got here? The world needs you. The world needs your creative expression. That was the second video that I recorded today, which is talking about integrity in your content because there's so many people that are stepping into a world of holding space for others, spiritual counseling, setting new boundaries. They're going from that old version of themselves to the newer version of themselves that they really already are. We really already are. And sometimes we can get the mask can get put back on our face a little bit and we can identify as the old story, we can identify as the old version of ourselves. But right now, a lot of people, many of us are stepping into a level of mastery as a human being that we've never been before. We're integrating so much of what we've learned, so much of our spiritual practices. And I don't even like calling it that anymore. This is, what did I say in one of my videos? This isn't a lifestyle. This is your life. This is your life. I find myself clearing up old stuff and decluttering the whole house. That's beautiful. Like a sudden wake up. Nigel, that's amazing. That's beautiful. Clearing the whole space because then your brain, you can think clearer. Sometimes your space, it can become, oh, I got to do this. 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 And it's very, many different languages like cluttering, feng shui, hoarding, all different things that we could speak of. But when we have a clean slate in front of us, our mind goes to limitless ideas. It goes to the limitlessness of what we can create, what we can produce. We are letting this go. Hi, Jill, you bought a new, you're really very, very aligned. Bought a new mirror yesterday. Very, very aligned. Threes. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I think this is where the full moon in Leo was. I want to get a major for us. Money. Love this. I really want a major arcana for us to work. Okay. This is so perfect. There's a new level. See, Allison, yes, I feel like I've been transforming into my adulthood, and that's been a tough thing to accept in myself and my art practice. Allison, that is incredible. This is incredible. I find that, and thank you for sharing, because especially when it comes to creativity, we want to be able to let our inner child, our inner teenager, our channeling, however we express ourselves. I call it channeling because you're receiving information and putting it out into your art, into your singing, into your whatever it is that you're creating. So this is huge. The more adult we become, the more safe of a container we can create for our inner child, our inner teenager, for our creative expression. It's kind of like when people come into adult money, they're like, I can buy whatever I want and I can buy all the things that my child never got. I can do all the things. I can go get massages. I can dress however I want. We get that radical confidence within ourselves because we're like, oh, yeah, I can take a few days off. I don't have to worry. I can do whatever it is that I need to nurture and nourish my inner being. Yes. And so I really would love to offer that to you that the more adult we become, the freer we become, and the more of that safe container we can create for the childlike version of ourselves. Like, dude, I wear sparkles every single day of my life. There's very few times, and I don't leave the house without them. There's one time I went for a walk without my sparkles on, and the second that I got there, my higher self was like, "What are you doing? You're not expressing yourself as the full flower that you are. What I would have like, are you a blade of grass? Are you a blade of grass? So it's being your full self, showing up in that way, fully and completely, and knowing that once you really accept yourself with that radical personal responsibility, Allison, you can allow that childlike essence to flow freer. You're being able to be the adult that you didn't get to receive. I'm not projecting that. I'm saying you, capital U, but really, capital Y, pardon me. This is with the hermit coming up reversed. The hermit, this is the wise being. And not in every practice is the hermit a good essence. Always remain childlike when expressing creativity. Yes, beautifully said. Thank you more. I do need to go back to Claire's. It's funny, and I've mentioned this before. I'd say 40% of people, when they meet me in human life, they're like, "Are those dermals? Are those piercings?" I'm like, "No, no, no, honey. I go to Claire's and I get sparkles for my face." So yes, no, but that would be intense. That would be. All right, I've been trying to make more responsible financial decisions recently and keeping a picture of my younger little girl self close by. I want to fix my finances for her. Marie, thank you for sharing. That is so beautiful. That is so, so beautiful. I'm beaming for you. This is so special. I do very, very similar things. I have a teenage version of myself. Like, I think it was me going to like a prom or a semi-formal, and I keep it within my little finances area too. So that's really, and a phrase that shifted finances for me completely is when you take emotions out of your finances. When you take emotions out of it, it's math. And the stories that we have around finances as feminines, as divine feminines, as however, we all have feminine in us, or the stories, how we learned about finances, how we viewed certain things like between like 7 and kind of, I'd say like 18 affects us to this day, and we don't think about it. We don't really recognize that we were making irresponsible decisions. And so like I can speak to that. I was borderline homeless many times, and I was just like, no, just go out. It's cool. It's cool. Go get more coffee. I've been going out for coffees like 3 times a day, 3 different cafes. I'm like, maybe not. Maybe not. Birth of Venus Tarot, it is so good to see you. It is so, so, so good to see you. I'm so happy that you're here. Absolutely, YT. Absolutely. Absolutely. But oh, yes, that's what I was saying, the hermit. So when the hermit is straight up, it's perceived as that, the Gandalf figure of he's looking backwards to say, I'm lighting the way for others. I'm lighting the way for others who've come after me. And a lot of us are being asked to light the way for others. When he comes up reversed, this could be like the wave, whether this is coming or this is releasing. So this could be, I don't have a teacher anymore, or I'm looking for a teacher, or I'm ready to step in and be the teacher. This is really accepting that we are the adult and the child. The fool and the hermit carry the similar energies. So this is a wonderful time for us to be taking responsibility for ourselves, finding that clarity, and really recognizing that with more abundances, with more freedom, time, location, financial freedom, the big 3 frees, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can be sparkly, you can show up, you can do all of the things that you want to do, and you don't have to run it like filter it through another's perspective and opinion, because you don't need any validation from anyone else. You just need to show up as your true self. And I find that to be so important and so poignant, taking all of those wrappings off. And it's, how do I say? How do I say? When you show up as your most authentic self, and these can be for artists, for content creators, for spiritual beings, whatever it may be, it can be scary at first to be seen. It can be scary to show, a young artist that I knew many years ago. She called being an artist, like literally, she's like, you take that part of your soul and you put it on a canvas or into a book or into a song, and you're like, this is my soul, and see, I'm not crazy because art. See, I'm not crazy. I made this. I made this. And so even Like, I've shared my art before. I have in my, what is it? The full moon healing, my membership groups. I am covered in paint. I'm rolling in a canvas. It's very abstract. It's very, very healing. And so the first few times I was showing it, I was like, this is this is different. This is a lot. And at first, I had a few people that were like, "Oh, thank you. This is beautiful. I love it." Sometimes we do need permission from 1 or 2 people to say, "Keep it up. You can do this." It's funny, the videos that I recorded this morning, I didn't expect this to come through, but I'm giving you permission right now from across the world to be bigger, brighter, more creative, more expressive, pull tarot cards, be out there. Sometimes you just need your fairy godmother to be like, "You good. You can do it." I thank you. Thank you, Nigel. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go back and put all of these into my Spotify playlist. So thank you. Thank you. I love Italian opera. I love singing opera. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Let's see. But it's your time. My kings, my queens, my beings, it is your time to really go into the unknown and step off the cliff with like that Indiana Jones step that not really, but like with the fool, you know what I'm saying? Step into an unknown, step into I'm about to do this. I'm about to set a boundary. I'm about to be more creative. I'm about to dress differently. I'm about to pull tarot cards online. I'm about to do things that I've never done before. I feel as though the energy of the planets, everything, it might feel super duper intense. So if anything that I ever say is anxiety producing, or if you're like, sorry, I have no freaking clue what I'm supposed to be doing right now, and be present and be present and sink into presence and find acceptance of where you are. Find acceptance to say, this is where I am. It's not fully where I want to be. It's not fully where I want to be living. I'm not in the situation I want to be in. I'm not standing on the land that I want to be in. I know a lot of people are keen to move. A lot of people are in between. They're in that corridor and I've spoken of this a long time. I'm in a corridor as well, where you have to leave something behind and say, God, I will do this. I will show up as my full self. I will do that so that I can have that 10 out of 10 life that I know I came to this planet to experience and to be. But when you hang on to those 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, all those things, the 10 out of 10, there's no room at the table for. There's no room at that table. I hope this is resonating. Is this new moon? Yes, it is our job to find it. It really is. It really is. And there's so much that we can as busy leaders on this planet, as you know, I honor every single one of you for taking the time out of your day to come sit at the cafe table and be with me. I know how busy we are. I know a lot of you are moms and dads. You have companies. You're doing so many different things. So I honor the time that you spend here. I really, really do. But when we sink down into presence, sometimes we have this feeling of, this isn't what I want. I'm not happy. I'm not in the place I want to be in. Or I'm in fight or flight. I'm not safe where I am. There's so much that can come up with radical presence, radical presence. And that's our teacher. That's literally the air that you're breathing, the environment that you're in saying, you're supposed to be here or you're not supposed to be here. This is the path to walk or this isn't the path to walk. Think of any I'm trying to think of the right analogy, but right before maybe a big like I'm thinking of the Olympics. Usually right before an athlete does anything, they're in a moment with themselves. They're talking to themselves, they're present, they're calming themselves. Think of, I'm thinking of like the football players like walking onto the field and they have the big headphones on because they don't want to listen to all of the things that are happening, good, bad, or ugly. They don't want to listen to all of that. They this is important for a lot of you. I feel like really so many of us are just taking a step. We've been, going up the steps of life and we've been plateauing, plateauing, plateauing. I'm here to give you that little alley oop, that little push that says you are welcome. I'm giving you permission. I'm offering you space at the table to take up more space. We are at a multidimensional cafe. I can make more room. There is space for everyone at this table. There's space for everyone to fill up. We are all individual puzzle pieces on this planet. You need to fill up the space you were here to take up. You need to do it. You need to do it. Or else you get that like weird little puzzle piece that doesn't really fit. We need you. We need you. We need you to take up more space. We need you to offer the way that you see the world. We need you to be the flower that you are. So wherever this is falling in your chart, if we want to go astrologically, go to where the new moon is falling, go to where Mars has been transiting. We can go to Venus. Like I would say where 28 degrees of Pisces is, this could be a really wonderful. I'd say I have tons of astrological videos on this. Alley-ooping the alley-oops. Christina, now's your time, girl. Now's your time. Now you, king and queen, this is your time. Alley-oop, do the thing, shoot your shot. I didn't think I would get so rambunctious about it, but I feel as though we're all when we support each other and when you know that you have a few people on the sidelines. This is a great story. So this was last year, the year before when I was waitressing and it was, Saturday, we're all folding napkins, everybody's doing their thing. And we were chatting and I found out, I don't know what the topic was, but I just stopped because usually they're not talking about aliens and things like that. So I'm just listening and I'm just like having my like quantum conversations and stuff. And I recognized, I stopped, I was like, wait, not everybody wants to be on stage or, manifest millions of dollars or, help the world in a specific niche way. I was like, "You don't wanna do that? You don't wanna be on stage in front of millions of people?" And they're like, "No." Like, everyone in the group was like, "Absolutely not." And they're like, "That's terrifying. That's so scary." And I said, "It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 2 people on the sidelines that are like, 'You got this. You're doing great. You're doing great. Keep it up.' That's all that matters. You can do anything in this world. If you have 1 or 2 people, and I'm telling you, I'm one person from across the world that's saying every single one of you, I'm there supporting you, rooting you on, saying it is scary. It is so scary, my friends, to put yourself out there in an authentic way. But I just can't deny that, and this could be not even a public setting. This could be I'm about to, set a really healthy boundary, or I'm about to, tell a friend how I really feel about them. This could be just in your personal life. This could be something so what you have labeled as small, what you have labeled as big, it doesn't matter. Universal law of comparison doesn't matter. But in your life, we're being asked to take that authentic adult step to say, I'm my savior. I'm the one coming for me. And if I ask for what it is that I need, if I take that leap of faith, it's like saying, I'm the one that comes for me, so I'm going to ask for help. Do you know what I mean? Never feel bad to take up space, something I have to constantly remind myself as well, because nerves be the main joy killer. It's very, very true, Nigel. That's a great, great way that you just put that. And we have to remember that excitement and fear, it's the same energy in the body. It's the same energy in the body. So sometimes, and this takes real discernment. So I'm going to try to encompass this. It's saying if we're being bold and not stepping on anyone's toes, I'm not saying being mean to anyone. I'm not saying lash out irrationally, but when you just are your full self, you're not hurting anyone, you're not taking up space from anyone. It can kind of be that breath that, I just went through a growth spurt. I really feel like so many of us have gone through this big growth spurt right now where we're like, "Oh my god, I'm about to show the world myself. I'm about to, do this and do that and and be creative and read my poetry and sing and dance and I'm about to do all these things that maybe I've never done before." When it comes to leadership and entrepreneurship and those millionaire billionaire mindset, no one who's doing better than you is ever going to judge you. There's not a single point that someone doing better than you that's going to say, oh, you want to start a YouTube, you want to alley oop, you want to do this, you want to be financially free, whatever, dude. It's the people that enjoy you being small that are going to want to keep you small because they like you being small. They like having those small conversations. It's not judging them. It's just saying, I can't stay small for you. I have to take up my space. I have to. This is me just like pushing you baby birds out of the nest. Jane, I'm so happy this is resonating today. It felt so important to really talk about and welcome. There were many times in my life where I was terrified to put myself out there, to talk about my channels, to do all these things. But there were a few people in my life that said, you were really on point with that. A few people in my life that subscribed to my channel when I had nobody. I've played to many lives. I've had false launches. I've had so many products that nobody was in the room for. I've tripped and fell so many times that I'm like, whatever, because I have found my expression and it's ever changing. Think of, my God, Nigel, you asking about music, wrapping this up with a bow. Think of how artists change for each album that they put out. They're not the same. They express themselves in different way because astrologically the planets move. You learn something new. So many beautiful things shift and change and grow and develop, and it just becomes this symphony. It becomes this song. So you are in between albums right now, everybody. So express yourself the way that you want. This could be a completely different aesthetic. That's something that has been coming up for Libra placements where it's like, if you want to throw away all your stuff, I support you. I support you. Doing the same thing. Like the closet, it just keeps dwindling and dwindling down. And I'm like, you'll eventually go shopping, Sarah. You'll eventually find some new clothes. But the pieces that do resonate and hit, like this one, it's a good day. It's a good day. I've got my live and recorded 2 videos in the same blouse. But that's what resonates, and that's me today, and that's me. So let's see what action. I wanted to say action steps, but I said action steps, and this sweet precious darling just came out. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Nigel. They change every era. This is a celebration card. This is community. This is really, really beautiful. I love this card. Sometimes what I've studied before is that this card can have a time period to it. So it can be the next celebration, could be a really big one, whether you celebrate the moon cycles, whether you celebrate your birthday. For all my Pisces, happy birthday. This is an incredible, beautiful, potent time. We have the Aries equinox coming up, springtime or autumn is coming up, depending on your hemisphere. There's so much to celebrate. We celebrate every single Monday. It's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day. And this is with celebration, we tell the universe, we tell energy that we've completed a cycle. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So we complete a cycle with a circle. It's completed. We're done with it. We can be done. When you don't complete a cycle, energy goes up or it goes down, goes up to crash or goes down to crash. So when you celebrate anything at all, you say that energy is over. It's done. That's complete. And now we have a new canvas. Now we have a new season. Now we have a new volume or a new journal or a new book. I had a brand new journal today. No, I'm so excited. So excited. So, what can we celebrate right now when it comes to the ending of an old self, the ending of a pattern, the ending to an aesthetic, the ending to a relationship, the ending to imposter syndrome, the ending to something? How can we celebrate right now? How can we look forward to something and really say, it doesn't have to make sense, but I feel like we're leaving some real intense mental stuff behind. Intense mental stuff we're leaving behind. It's all gonna work out. It's all working out in your favor, darling. It's all working out in your favor. Giving and receiving is the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's all working out. Whatever you are, there's 2 different phrases that's popping into my head. There's a preacher Mike Todd, I am Mike Todd on Instagram, where he had said, God's not checking your bank account when he gives you an idea. If you have that download, you are a vibrational match for that image that you're supposed to create. And it might seem so big, it might feel so small, it might feel quaint, it might feel a certain way, but we can't compare it to anything else. We just have to say, that is what I'm creating. That is where I'm going. That is the person that I am becoming, the vibrational match of being. And just letting anything that's not that fall away. Anything that's not in that future image, like when we do future image work or we do mirror work. And this, if you do not know how to do this, or if you've never done mirror work before, please reach out directly. That is definitely something that can be way more potent and powerful than we think it is. So I don't recommend for anyone to do it without really having an understanding of what they're doing and why. But when we have a mental picture in our mind's eye, or think of your vision board that you've created, what's the bridge to get you there? It's can be right now just removing the things that are not it to create that clean space to become that, to allow the new healthy things to come in. So this week might really just be bringing in a lot of clarity for us. It might be so much slower than we think, or it might be so much simpler than we think it's going to be. Truly. And there's always a flow. There's always a flow. I got to rest with Sybil all weekend. All weekend. Did very few things, but rested with Sybil and watched Studio Ghibli movies. It was Totoro. Yeah, it was, oh my God. The purity of Totoro was just so special. And waking up today on Monday, it's was able to record 2 videos due today. I have a consultation today I'm so excited about, and then I get to spend time with Sybil, my kitten. Sybil's my kitten, for anyone who does not know that Sybil's my kitten. I talk about her like she's been here forever and everybody knows her, but yes, how plants I've resonated with plants a lot, just how plants bloom, overbloom, wilt, and eventually blooming again. Humans have the power to die and reborn again and again. Nigel, that is so beautifully put. I'm so grateful for that. It's really true. And when we're in a season of winter, we don't ask the plants to bloom all the time. We accept that they grow and they flourish and they show us their true beauty and then they die. We accept that. We love them for it. We celebrate that flower. We celebrate it. It's so powerful and so potent and so beautiful. So, can we do the same for ourselves? Can we accept the season that we're in? Can we accept where we are? We know where we want to go. We know sometimes, in winter, you can go out to the garden and say, oh, I want to plant these here. This is what I want to do differently. This is how last season went. So you can think about it. You can put it on the vision board, but you can't plant in the winter. You can't ask yourself to do something in a season that you're not in. So I really love the way that you put that, Nigel. Thank you so much. That was really beautiful. This week, I really want us to focus on our clarity and what the universe is really asking us to look at. What keeps coming up for you? What repeated pattern, what broken record keeps coming up for you? And how can you view it differently? There might be a full clarity moment that has come for you that we might not really fully like. When one of the first downloads, because I was rambunctious when I first started channeling. I was like, I see myself doing all these things and all these things. And my guides were like, if it was very, very Avengers. It was, if I tell you what it is that you do, you won't do it. If I tell you what happens in the end, you won't do it. And so we don't want to know the end of the movie, the end of the book, the end of the story. We want to enjoy it. But are we actually participating in it? Are we in the chapter that we're in? Are we in the season that we're in? Yes, exactly, Nigel. They just bloom in divine timing. Bloom in control. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. That is just so beautiful. I'm so happy to be back to our Monday lives. I'm so happy to be back. Let's see if there's anything else that needs to come through from my precious community here. I don't even feel like it's mine. I feel like it's just I created the table and then everybody just showed up, but we can't have this group without every single one of you. So it's I labeled this card. I am not superfluous. I'm not extra. I'm not too much. When you take up space, it's okay. As long as you're bigger and bolder and brighter. With self awareness, you're not taking from anyone else. What's meant for you is only meant for you. These are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Beautiful cards. Yeah, the astrology of March is so potent. It is so Aries, Aries, where are you? It's backwards. I'm sorry. Aries. This is where the North Node is right now. Yeah, this is where the North Node is. I'm so excited about March. It's just such a beautiful time. Also, writing in my journal today. I was typing in one of my journals. Where did January feel like a decade, and then February felt like a blip? Was that just me, or because it's the 24th of February? Like that's how it felt for me. Where January fully felt like a saga, and now February is pretty much gone. Like it's March on Saturday. The next cafe time is March. That's silly. That is just so silly. Yeah, our next live is going to be on the 3rd when Mercury goes into Aries. Whew, whew. We got some beautiful astrology. January felt like 10 years. It did. It did. It just kept happening. It just kept happening. But it's the end of February. I'm excited about what's to come. I'm excited. It's like I said, fear and excitement could be the same thing. And for a lot of us, I feel like you have a sense that something's shifting or about to shift. You have a sense that like the set pieces are falling down and this new bloom is coming in. You have a sense that you're about to bloom into something that you've never been before, that you are. And so that's yeah, think of the first flower that ever bloomed. Was that in the beginning of one of Eckhart Tolle books? I want to say might have been a little bit like Jesus God. I'm about to be colors that have never existed before. There have only been blades of grass. There's only been green. Birth of Venus. Yes, I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's like we are becoming, we're co-creating our world. My darlings, this is an exceptional time to be alive and conscious and aware. This is so potent, so potent. So let's show up, let's dress the part, let's be our most authentic self. Everybody else is taken, seasons of blooming. Yes, yes, yes. It's very true, IT social, and it starts with us. It starts with us. It starts from the inside. That's when we don't see things changing in the outer environment, it's because we have to change first. We're the leaders around here that say it's that joke where I'm always like, "Oh my god, there's supposed to be a leader. There's supposed to be this leader standing up, leading the way. Why is there's no leader standing up?" It's you. You're the leader standing up. You're the leader standing up. Yes, it's from the inside. It shifts from the inside. Our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions shift, and that's the external reality around us, just shifts naturally with us. It can't not. It can't not. It's from the inside. So, oh, I think I got this in my coffee. Oh, well. Whoopsie, whoopsie. I'll go get it out. But I think that's it for today. I love you all so very much. What questions do you have for me? How can I best support you? There's tons of astrology information, new moon, the Mars video, all signs reading. I have membership groups. The links are in, I'll put the link for my website in the description. Take care of you as well, YT Social. I'm so grateful. I am so happy. I'm so, so happy. All of you, I am so, so grateful. Please, as always, send requests, send me an email, let me know how you're doing. My contact information is always available for you. I'm here to listen and support and to hold space. I love you so much. I will see you next week. Blessings for all of you. Thank you. Thank you.